All right, y'all, let's continue the lesson. We're in section 5.5 in the textbook. This lesson will just take a day here. Let's try a couple of these problems, and then I'll give you your homework, and you should hopefully be good to go. Let's look at number 22. Okay, number 22. Let's see here. Write a polynomial function with the rational coefficients so that it has the given. Okay, so roots, right? Poly with roots 7 and 12. Okay, and so this is simple. We don't need to add any additional roots because of the conjugate root theorem, because we don't have any complex or square roots or anything here that we would need to take. So x minus and x minus, fill in the numbers and multiply those out. So that would be x squared. Let me see, minus 12x minus 7x minus 19x, and 7 times 12 is 84, plus 84. So that is your solution for number 22. Pretty straightforward. Okay, I meant to say pause there. Hopefully I remember this time. Let's look at number 29. Number 29, 17 minus 4i and 12 plus 5i. 17 minus, right, 4i. And the other root is 12 plus 5i. Okay, and to do this, we need to add a couple of, go ahead, try to write a polynomial equation with those roots and pause it real quick, and then when you're ready to go, come back. Okay, hopefully you're back. Let's see here. What are the other roots going to be? We need to add a couple. Instead of 17 minus 4i, we need 17 plus 4i, and instead of 12 plus 5i, I need 12 minus 5i, so I need to add these roots in there additionally. So let's go ahead and try to set this up. There's going to be a few more calories to burn on this one. X minus, x minus, x minus, and x minus. Okay, so when I put in a complex number, I'm subtracting the whole thing. So 17 minus 4i, well, if I make this whole number negative, it's going to be negative 17 plus 4i. And this will be negative 17 minus 4i. Okay, let me see. 12 minus 5i, 12 plus 5i. And ultimately, how you rationalize, this last, just make sure you have the plus and the minus. Just make sure you have the plus and the minus. The order here is not going to matter. So don't let that, as long as you're adding the conjugate in there, don't let the order here trip you up. Just make sure they're all there. Now we're multiplying these together. Let's multiply the number with its conjugate first. So I'm going to multiply these two together first. I'm going to multiply these two together, and then from there I will do some more multiplication. But always multiply something by its conjugate first. A lot of stuff will cancel out, and you'll just be a happier camper. Okay? So let's look at this first pair here. I have a trinomial times a trinomial. I'm going to have to use the grid. And the numbers are going to be kind of weird, so I'm going to keep my calculator close by. Okay, so x minus 17 plus 4i, x minus 17 minus 4i. Okay, and let's multiply and get stuff here in the middle. So x times negative 4i, negative 4ix. 7 negative, so it's negative 17x, negative 17 times 17, 17 squared. Oh, I'm embarrassed. I don't know it. Gives me 289. Don't ask me why I did it that way. 289. Negative 7 times negative 4i, positive 17 times 4, 68. 68i. Okay, x times 4i, 4ix, 4i times negative 17, negative 68i, and that's going to be negative 16i squared. Okay, a couple things will happen here. All the i's will go away. Okay, 4ix and negative 4ix. They'll cancel out. Negative 68i and positive 68i. And I squared is going to be, well, negative 1. So negative 16 times negative 1 is a positive 16. Okay, so all of the i's went away, and let's go ahead and write what we're left with here. This will be x squared. Negative 17x and negative 17x, combine those together. That'll be negative 34x. 289 plus 16. 289 plus 16 gives me 305. Okay, so this is ridiculous, but it's okay. We can handle it. It's just why? Why can't they be kinder? Okay, so let's go x minus 12 minus 5i. And x minus 12 plus 5i. And let's multiply all this together. X squared minus 12x. That'll be minus 12x. I'm going to kind of go all over the place. 144. This will be positive 5ix. This will be negative 5ix. This will be negative 60i. This will be 60i. And this will be negative 25i squared. Okay, and a few things will happen here. The negative 5ix and the positive 5ix, those will cancel. Cancel, cancel. The 60i and the negative 60i, those will cancel, cancel. And I squared is negative 1. So negative 25 times negative 1, well, that would be a positive 25. Okay, my final answer, let's see. I have x squared minus 24x. And 144 and 25 will be 169. Okay, so I'm going to have to do this basically one more time with these two, and then I'll have my final answer. The numbers are going to be a little big, but that's just what they're going to be. So multiply these two together to get this, multiply those two together to get that, and then let's multiply these two together to finish this off. So minus 24x plus 169, okay? X to the fourth, negative 34x to the third, 305x squared, negative 24x to the third, 24 times 34. We're getting into the unknown, 816. 816x, negative times negative is positive. Keep all those rules. But x times x is x squared. There we go. Negative 24x times 305. So because the numbers are here, my columns aren't going to be as nice as I would like them to be. But that's just what they're going to be. So negative 24 times 305. 24 times 305. I never put the negative into my calculator. I just remember what it would be. So negative times a positive is negative 7320. Okay, and the last column here, 169 times x squared, 169x squared, times negative 34, 5746. Okay, and that'll be an x, and 169 times 305. 51545. Yep, that's right. Okay. So the numbers got ridiculous, but it's correct. Let's write down our final answer here. Our polynomial is going to be x squared. X to the fourth. Negative 34. See, there's an x cubed, and there is an x cubed. So let's combine those together. Negative 34. Minus 24, negative 58x to the third, 305, 816, 305 plus 816 plus 169 plus 1290, x squared. I added these three together to get the x squared, negative 7320, so 7320, and 746. 13006. Whoops, minus 13006, sorry. Plus 51545. Okay, so that is your final answer for 29. 22 and 29, both really just asking the same question. Find me a solution with those two roots. This one was very easy. This one was very difficult. Okay, and so that is the easiest and most difficult in that section. So the rest of them will fall somewhere in the middle out of that type. Let's look at one more. Okay. Let's look at 34. And the instructions for 34 are to find rational roots. Where'd my blue pen go? There it is. 34. I like to start with my blue pen. Find rational roots. And here is your equation. Okay, 6x to the fourth minus 13x cubed plus 13x squared minus 39x minus 15. Okay, so find the rational roots. They're suggesting that we should use the rational root theorem. So the number at the end over the number at the beginning. And what are all the numbers that go into those? Well, we're going to have a lot of options here, right? 15, 5, 3, 1. There's 6, 3, 2, 1. Okay? So look at all of these different combinations. There's going to be a lot of combinations. But because some of them are in common, some are going to overlap. Like 3 over 3 is the same as 1 over 1. So they're not all going to be unique. And that's okay. So let's go ahead and list them out first, and then we'll get rid of the, well, we'll see about the extras. Let's see, 15 over 6. Well, we can reduce that, right? 3 goes into both of them. So instead of writing 15 over 6, I'm not going to do that. I will write, let's see, 15 over 6 is going to be 3 goes into both of them, so 5 over 2. Okay, 15 over 3, well, 15 divided by 3 is just 5. 15 over 2, well, that's just 15 over 2. That doesn't reduce. And 15 over 1 is 15. Okay, so we've done the 15. So that's how I'm going to kind of go through and check these off as I go. Let's do the 5. 5 over each of these. 5 over 6. 5 over 3. 5 over 2. But wait a minute, I already have 5 over 2, so I don't need to write it again. I already have 5 over 2, so I don't need to write it again. And then 5 over 1 is just 5, but I already have that one as well. So I'm not going to write that one as well. So I'm done with the 5. I only got a couple more out of it. Let's look at 3. 3 over 6, that's going to be 1/2. 3 over 3, that's just 1. 3 over 2, that's 3 over 2. Do I have that already? No, I don't. And 3 over 1 is just 3. A lot of different possibilities here. Finish it off here. 1 over 6. Put 1 over each of these. 1 over 3 is next. 1 over 3. Do I have it yet? Nope. 1 over 2. I have 1 over 2. And 1 over 1 is 1. So I have those two as well. So find the rational roots of this equation. Well, those are the possibilities. Okay, that's going to help us narrow it down when we look at the graph. So let's look at 34 on the graph. So 6x to the fourth minus 13x cubed plus 13x squared minus 39x minus 15. Okay, and let's graph it and see if there are any rational roots and try to identify them. Okay, and there's one. It's negative. It's right. Okay, I'm going to zoom decimal. Okay, negative. I'm going to guess it's either this could be this 1/3, or maybe the maybe it's one. Is there 1/5 here? No, there's not 1/5 here. So maybe it's the 1/3. Let's try it. Trace 1/3. No, 1/3 is -26. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see what, maybe it's 1/6. 1/6. No, 1/6. Oh, I need to do the -1. I just typed in 1/6. This is negative. Oh, that looked pretty dumb. -1/6. Good thing I don't mind looking dumb. Okay, let's try -1/3. Okay, well that's really close. Let me double check, make sure I typed it in right. 6x, oh, 6x to the 4th. 6x to the 4th minus 13x cubed plus 13x squared minus 39x minus 15. It's a good thing I don't have an ego. I'd have to do this video over again. Oh, look at that. Okay, this looks much better. So let's try -1/3. Good. And this looks like 2.5. That'd be 5/2. Is that a possibility? Yeah. 5/2. So -1/2 and 5/2. Let me double check the answer here. 34. 5/2 and -1/3. Sorry, yeah. Okay. Warn you up front here. Some of these will have no solutions. So keep that in mind. Go ahead and pause this for a second, do your questions, summary, and whatnot, and I'll give you your homework in a second. Okay, unpause. Let's go ahead and give you your assignment. Go ahead and put this on the next page in your notebook, but I'm not using the notebook, so I'll just tell you what they are. Do 25 through 27, and 37, and 38, and that is on page 316, as all of this was.